I am so excited tonight to present our highest honor, our Environmental Leadership Award this year, to our Governor, J.B. Pritzker. So, thank you. This is the very first time in our organization's 46-year history that we've ever presented a leadership award to our state's governor.
No, you're fine. Can I give you a hug? Thank you.
So I have a few short words.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kick it off to you. I just maybe I should just let you.
Just take it. Whatever you want.
All right. I have a few short words before we're going to hear from the governor, but before I present the award to him, I want to also give the biggest thanks to the governor's team who is sitting up here and just huge thank you to Jessica Himes, Carter Harms, and Deputy Governor Christian Mitchell. You know, in 2017, many of us in this room met then candidate J.B. Pritzker for the first time at a breakfast we held for him at the Sierra Club office. And we talked and talked and talked, and he listened. And we said, how about 100% renewable energy and equity in a climate bill? And as you saw in that video, he thought about it and committed to it with a campaign tweeting 100% renewable energy and equity. I'm not sure that he knew what he was getting himself into. But over the years, he did way more than just tweet about it. I cannot say enough about how much the governor did to get this bill done. At a key point in energy negotiations, he spoke about the climate crisis and he said, I will not sign a bill that does not match the gravity of this moment. Governor Pritzker and his team stood with environment and environmental justice allies as allies. The governor stood with us to successfully block attempts by the coal and natural gas industry to keep fossil fuel emissions, including climate change, running forever. The governor repeatedly stood with the environment until we could pass a nation-leading climate and equity package. We know elections matter. Leadership matters. Governor Pritzker, we are so glad to have you by our side and here tonight. On behalf of IEC, our board of directors, our affiliate members, we are proud to present you with this year's Legislative Milestone Award. Thank you for your leadership.
Thank you. Can we take a picture together?
Let me throw a mask on.
There you go.
Podium is all yours.
Thank you, Betsy. Wow. Thank you so much. Thanks to Jen. Thanks to all of you. Yep. Thank you, Jen. Can I just say that it is not, as I stand here, I think about the tireless work, really, that all of you did. So many of you that knocked on the doors of state reps and state senators that who've stood for so many years to try to put the coalition together that could accomplish what was accomplished. And so I really just want to stand back and applaud all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks to IEC, and of course the recognition that I'm receiving tonight is really one that is a product of a team, and I want to talk a little in a moment about that team, but I just want to say also that fighting for years, really, the people that we assembled, all of us, it was like Avengers assembled. to get this done. And I don't just mean in my office, I mean in all of your offices and in Springfield. The Milestone Achievement Award really belongs to those who have battled in the trenches of this war long before I came into office. First and foremost, all the young people who have watched temperatures soar and plummet, have seen hurricanes flood cities and fields dry up, and have found it in their hearts to not to sit around and despair about what our predecessors have left, but to instead take to the streets and take to the hallways and demand change. And among those young people is my 19-year-old daughter, who congratulated me on the way out the door today and then emphatically said, "You know, there's still a whole bunch more work to do, Dad." For years, if not decades, it's the activists and others on the ground, especially our young people, who've been holding elected leaders accountable. And of course, we accomplish nothing without organizations like the Illinois Environmental Council and all the counterparts working from the grassroots in our neighborhoods all the way to the U.S. Capitol. Your commitment to coalesce around the values that matter most, and crucially to see them through, is the reason that Illinois now lays claim to the most ambitious and equitable climate and clean energy bill in the nation. Let me express my gratitude to my partners in the General Assembly, as well as my own climate negotiation team. And I'm not going to call them out by name. Okay, maybe a few. But I just want to say that none of this would have happened, at least from my perspective, within my office, had it not been for these folks who worked 18 hours a day alongside many of you to get this done. So thank you, thank you, thank you. To everyone that's here tonight, thank you. Together, we're mitigating the impacts of climate change, and we're establishing the most aggressive clean energy laws in the Midwest, all while supporting and creating thousands of new clean energy jobs. Some of you may remember, I know a few people here do, that in my second week in office as governor, I signed an executive order joining Illinois as the newest member of the U.S. Climate Alliance. Now, I have to say, today, we aren't just some member of the U.S. Climate Alliance. Today, our state is among its leaders. And it's because of our collective persistence and will, Illinois has a nation-leading climate action plan that includes putting 1 million electric vehicles on the roads by 2030 and providing $4,000 electric vehicle rebates. Building a clean energy economy that reflects the diversity of the state of Illinois, making investments in workforce programs, and prioritizing Illinoisans who have disproportionately experienced the impacts of climate change. Setting historic standards for utility accountability and ethics. And of course, phasing out coal and natural gas and becoming the first state in the Midwest to require 100% carbon-free energy by 2045. We stood together to ensure a safer planet for our children. We're saving lives by reducing carbon emissions, by removing harmful pollutants from the air, by working to eliminate toxic emissions that disproportionately affect minority communities. When the utilities, remember this, when the utilities and their powerful allies tried to hijack this deal, we said, no climate, no equity, no deal. We meant it, and we won. So thank you to all of you for this recognition. Thank you for all of you who made this monumental change happen. There is so much for all of us to be proud of, and proud we are to live in the state of Illinois as we are a leading state in the nation fighting climate change. Thank you all for having me.